Welcome back everyone to Marvel Champions. This is a Gamora playthrough. I finally have Gamora and Star-Lord. Now I'm using both, but I'm finding Gamora more fun than Star-Lord right now. Nothing against Star-Lord. It's interesting concepts, but Gamora is really good. If you want to skip through to the actual gameplay, I'll put a link down below in the description. Obviously, with her skilled tactician ability, you can include up to 6 attack and or thwart cards in your deck from other aspects. So we also have 2 aggression cards here, Clobber and Dropkick. So I'm going to go through the cards quickly. If you want to see Gamora, you don't want to see spoilers, or when I skip to the gameplay, like I say, go to the description down below. Other than that, let's take a look. So Gamora herself has 6 hand size, 10 hit points, 3 recovery. For an action, you can look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an attack or thwart event, draw it, which is really great because this deck uses a lot of quite cheap attack and thwart cards, and synergizes well with her ability. Her ability is extremely good. It's so versatile. So flip her over. She has 5 hand size, 10 hit points. I would have wished she had more hit points. I'm kind of getting sick of the same heroes having 10 hit points. It's a bit samey. Never mind. But she has 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, so pretty good stats. Now her abilities are what really make her stand out. If you see there, she has finesse and precision. So as a response, after you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme. And precision, after you play a thwart event, do 1 damage to an enemy. So once per phase. So basically, with this deck having so many cheap attack and thwart cards, some cost 0, some cost 1, some cost 2, you're going to be constantly removing threat from schemes and damaging enemies. And it might not seem like much at first, but the ability to deal damage and then pick away at a scheme, or get rid of a side scheme and then pick away at a minion, pick away at a tough status card, or chip away at the villain's health gradually, it really helps. And this deck is so versatile and it can survive for quite a while because you can handle the threat and dealing damage at the same time. So let's look at her cards first. So we have 1 copy of Gamora's Shields, upgrade for 3, restricted keyword. After you play an attack event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So obviously you've got a lot of attack events in here, so you're going to be doing extra damage with the Gamora Sword card. We also have 1 copy of Conditioning Room. This is an alter ego support because alter ego action, exhaust it, return the bottommost attack or thwart event card from your discard pile to your hand and then heal 1 damage from Gamora. So you basically get all these cards you play back into your hand and heal 1 damage. So it's pretty handy when you want to go switch to alter ego, extra healing for you. We also have 2 copies of Keen Instinct, which is upgrade for 1. Exhaust Keen Instinct to generate a wild resource for an attack or thwart event. Obviously we've got a lot of attack and thwart events in this deck, so that's going to be really handy for us. We also have her signature ally, Nebula. It costs 2, she has 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 health, so she's kind of weak, which has some, she can thwart for 2 and has 2 attacks, it's not too bad. Enters play, search your deck for any attack or thwart event, add it to your hand. Again, gain them attack cards and thwart cards to your hand as much as we can to help synergize her abilities. We also have one of my favourite cards actually for her deck is this card here. It's called Cross Counter. So it's an event. It's actually classed as an attack, defense, and thwart event card. Hero Interrupt, attack, defense, thwart. So when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage, deal 1 damage to an enemy, and remove 1 threat from a scheme. Now this is great. Not only does it trigger at any point when you take damage, but when the villain attacks, even if you don't want to defend, you can just play this, prevent 3 damage, deal 1 damage to an enemy, remove 1 threat from a scheme, but also it'll trigger up Gamora's ability here because, like I say, we are playing an attack event and defensive and a thwart event. So basically we'll deal an extra damage and extra thwart, so it's a really good card. We also have 2 copies of Decisive Blow. Attack event for 2, hero action, deal 4 damage to an enemy, or 7 instead if you played a thwart event this turn. And we have a lot of cheap thwarting cards, so hopefully we can play a cheap thwart card first and then Decisive Blow afterwards to do extra damage. We also have 2 copies of Forward Momentum. Similar to Decisive Blow, it's a hero action, thwart for 2. Move 3 threat from a scheme, or 5 instead if you play attack event this turn. So like I say, with the cheap attack events too, we can hopefully remove 5 threat from a scheme if we really need to. We have 2 copies of Set the Pace and 2 copies of Acrobatic Move. Both of these are events for 0, hero action, 2 damage to an enemy for 0, and 1 threat from a scheme for 0. Obviously this triggers with her ability, triggers with Gamora's Sword, can help trigger Forward Momentum and Decisive Blow. So it's just a really good, well-synergized deck. Now for the aspect cards. So we have 3 copies of Klaw. Now this is a card that came with Gamora's pack. Event for 2, hero action, attack, deal 3 damage to an enemy. But if it's the first card you played this round, return this card to your hand. So if you play this first, you get it back into your hand, which is it's really handy to have it back. It only costs 2. I mean, it's only 3 damage, but you can bring it back to your hand, you can play it again. So you could do 6 in one turn if you wanted to. We also have a good old drop kick. This is obviously event for 3. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. You play this card using only physical resources, stun that enemy and draw a card. So obviously we have quite a few physical resources. Hopefully we can get us a trigger, get a bit of a stun lock going on the enemy, keep them stunned, drawing more cards. Obviously it's also an attack event, so it helps trigger all our synergies. We also have 2 allies. We have Quake. Quake's just good because it has 2 attack, only costs 2. After a minion schemes, you can exhaust Quake and deal 2 damage to that minion, so it's handy for an alter ego for. We can just hide back and pick off at the minions. Wiccan is quite a good little ally. I quite like Wiccan. It only costs 2. He only has 1 thought, 1 attack. He has 3 health, it isn't too bad. But as a response, after he thoughts, discard top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon card this way, do 1 damage to an enemy. So you can't quite lucky with Wiccan and do extra damage to the enemy. We also have Turn the Tide down here. So it's 0 event, attack event, so trigger abilities. After you thwart with all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So you could have essentially thwart, trigger her ability for extra damage, then play Turn the Tide to trigger her ability again to remove threat from a scheme, and deal 3 damage to an enemy. So you see it all works together here. We also have Sense of Justice, upgrade for 2, generate a resource for a thwart event, just always handy to have because we've got a lot of thwarting cards. We also have more cheap thwarting cards with multitasking. Remove 2 threat from a scheme or 2 more, pay for using this resource, so we can help trigger abilities. Clear the area, another cheap thwarting card, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last threat from the scheme, draw a card. Just a nice cheap thwarting card, help trigger her abilities and make the deck run a lot faster. 2 allies, Mockingbird and Ironheart. Mockingbird is just a great staple card to have in because of the stun. Ironheart's great because basically you play it and get to draw a card, so it's always great. Endurance, extra hit points because she only has 10, just needs a little bit more. She's got good defense, but the hit points are kind of low for me. Double resource cards, and we also have the 2 Guardians, Rocket and Groot. Rocket's great because when you attack a minion, he gets +3 for that attack and overkill, so he's a great minion killer. And Groot's great because he has quite a lot of health, and after he defends against an attack, you can heal 2 damage from Groot, so he can take a lot of hits before he dies. That's it for the deck overview. We're going to go to a game now against Klaw. Okay, time for the gameplay now. So we have Gamora against Klaw Expert. I'm using the Hydra Assault modular set, a bit of variety. So obviously it's a stage 2, so we have the Immortal Klaw and the Defense Network side scheme out. We also need to reveal cards so we get a minion into play. 1, 2, minion, somewhere. Oh, there we go. That'll do weapons runner, nice and weak, that's what I like. So, how I treat Klaw is I always go for the Immortal Klaw first because not only does it give extra hit points, which I don't mind too much, it's the acceleration token that bugs me because there's only 6 on this threat, so that's 3 turns and it's gone. So this is priority number 1. So just going to shuffle up and we're going to go. So obviously Gamora has 6 hand size, 10 hit points, 3 recovery, skill tactician. I can include up to 6 attack or thought events in your deck for aspects, in your chosen aspect. As an action, I can look at the top card of my deck. If it is an attack or thought event, I can draw it once per round. So we're going to see what we get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what do we have here? So Ironheart. I like Ironheart just for player and draw a card. She's a nice little cheap ally. Endurance, 33 hit points. Obviously her hit points are kind of low for my liking, so Endurance is pretty handy. Clobber, deal 3 damage to an enemy for 2. If it's the first card you play this round, return it to your hand. Multitasking, remove 2 threat from a scheme and 2 more if you pay using one of those resources, so you could use that. Strength and Turn the Tide. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use ability first, so card of a deck. It's not an attack or thought card, but we do know we get a double resource card next. Flip her over. So 2 thought, 2 attack, 2 defense, nice, good, even stats. Her abilities, finesse and precision. After you play an attack event, you want threat from a scheme. After you play a thought event, do 1 damage to an enemy once per phase, so she's really, really good for that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play multitasking with Ironheart. Move 2 threat from a scheme and 2 threat from a different scheme. So it's going to put both of these down to 1, nice and early for us. Because we played a thought card, we deal 1 damage to an enemy. We're going to do 1 damage to just Klaw. Then we are going to play. We're going to attack Weapons Runner. We're going to thwart, sorry, on a Mortal Klaw. Get that gone. Play Turn of Tide. After your hero thought, resolve threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy to get rid of Weapons Runner. Because we played a thought, because we played an attack card now, we get to thwart, well, basically put 1 threat from a scheme. So that's all that gone in 1 turn. God damn, she's good. And I'm also going to just get his health down nice and low, 17. Could play Clobber. I'm just going to play Clobber for an extra 3 damage, getting down nice and low to 14. Then ready up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you get Mockingbird out next for a stun. And then maybe Endurance. That should work for us. Okay, so 1 threat on there. Claw attacks. I'm going to defend. So 1, nothing. 2, that's 3 in total. I take 1 damage. Counter card is Claw's Vengeance. Claw attacks you. If he deals damage, puts 1 threat on the main scheme. He will attack. So that's engaged. Scar support you control. I haven't got one. So I take 1 damage. Isn't too bad. But I do get 1 on the scheme. So that could have gone better. I'm going to be honest with you. So we're going to play dual resource cost and Turn the Tide for Mockingbird, which will stun Claw, which is always great in solo play. Play Wiccan to play Endurance. I want the extra hit points. To 11. Then I'm going to attack Weapons Runner. Get out of the way. Ready up. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 4 momentum and clear the area. That's going to be really helpful. Condition Room and Quake and Sense of Justice. That should be pretty good. That should be gone. Sorry, my bad. 1 on there. Stun card goes. I'm going to let Weapons Runner attack me. That is fine. Encounter card. That with Quick Strike. It's pretty irritating. Down to 8. Okay, we're going to play. See, we're going to play. Condition Room to clear the area. No, sorry, we're going to thwart with Mockingbird. For 1. Condition Room, clear the area. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Draw a card. And also trigger her ability to do 1 damage to get rid of Weapons Runner. Gamora's Sword. We're going to play all them to get that out because it's a really good card. And then we're going to attack Jet Trooper for 2. Ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Genius, Nebula, Turn of Tide, Clobber, Dropkick. I don't want to play Dropkick just yet. I want the physical resources for it, so I'm going to play Nebula next and get an attack event out. Okay, so 1 threat on here. Mockingbird defends, so 1, 2. That's fine, 2. She's gone. I'm going to let him attack. That is fine. That's 6 and Armor Guard. Pretty annoying. Tough and Guard. Okay, we're going to play 2. Play Nebula. Get an attack card. Attack event, sorry. Do I have any fort cards in my hand? I do not. So let's get out Acrobatic Move. 2 damage to enemy for 0. Nice and cheap. So what can we do here? So I'm gonna attack with Nebula. Get rid of this guy. Gonna attack with Gamora. Get a Tusk's card. I'm going to play, let's see, Acrobatic Move. Damage to an enemy. So that's an attack card. So that lets me to thwart for 1. You see how I keep the scheme nice and low, all these cards I keep playing. I'm also going to play Clobber, deal 3 damage to instantly kill this guy. Just keep the ball state nice and low for us, okay? Play attack event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So 1 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You can play drop kick next turn. I mean, I've got decisive blow I can play, but I want drop kick for the stun and draw, so we're going to do that, and then maybe keen instincts as well. Generate resources, so 1 on here. Nebula can defend. 1, 2, 3. 3 damage. Nebula's gone. Encounter card. Hydra Flame Soldier, after its undefended attack, it's got to support your control. I'm going to just support our control, so he has no problem to me. So, if I play that for Keen Instincts, and then trigger Keen Instincts for a resource event, 1, 2, 3, and that's 4 damage to an enemy. Stun that enemy, and draw a card. Groot. Because we played an attack event, 1 threat from a scheme. Don't know why I put 2 on Gamora for, sorry. I'm also going to kill this minion down here. I'm also going for all the minions so far. So many minions. Because we played an attack event, extra damage to an enemy. We'll do extra damage to him, sorry. There we go. There we go, ready up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, the scheme has been no problem this game at all. No problem at all. Anti-gone to alter ego form. Dropkick again, but I can't really quite trigger that dropkick unless I play Groot. But I kind of want to get Groot out, so I think this turn I'm going to get Groot out. Maybe Kid Instincts again for extra resource generation. That should be good. So, 1 on there. Stun card goes. I'm going to let him attack me. Discard a support I control. I haven't got any, so that's fine. And Sonic Boom. Spend the resources to exhaust each character you control. I'll exhaust my characters. I can't afford to do that. Okay. I'm going to play Clear the Area. No, I'm not. I want to get Groot out, I think. So, 1, 2, 3. Groot out. There we go. Going to get Groot just to kill this guy off. Actually, no, I'm not going to leave Groot out for extra defense. Going to ready up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Set the pace for momentum. Multitasking. Clear the area. We've got a lot of thought removal here, so I think maybe going to alter ego soon could be a good idea. Okay, so 1 threat on there. Claw attacks. I'm going to get Groot to defend. So 1. Hero form. Attack after activation. Oh, no boost cards. So what? So 1. Just 1. That's 1 damage after defense. Heals. So nothing. He attacks me again. No boost cards. I'll defend that, and I'll take 1 off this guy. Cut off guards card, upgrade support your control. I will discard. I'll discard the sword, I think. I need the hit points. I can't afford to lose the hit points, I'll die. Okay, so my turn now. So I'm going to exhaust Keen Instincts to play a Clear the Area. 2 back from a scheme, and draw a card because last one was removed. Also triggers her ability, 1 damage to an enemy. Let's get rid of this. Ooh, cross counter. That's a great card. Okay, we've got a lot of scheme removal here, which I don't quite need really. So I'm going to play Set the Pace for Keen Instincts. I'm going to flip. Now I'm going to leave her out, trigger cross counter, and then I'm going to see what happens. So 5. Ooh, Rocket Raccoon with a cross counter right at the bottom of the deck. Typical. So 1. He attacks. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to trigger cross counter, prevent all that damage, do 1 damage to an enemy. 1 threat from a scheme, triggers her ability, extra damage and threat, but there's no more threat to take off. Encounter card, exhaustion, great, and Hydra Soldier, Flame Soldier. These Hydra enemies really do my head in. Okay, so I think I need Rocket out for his pesky minions. Let's get Rocket out. Rocket, do your thing, attack with +3. Has overkill, but oh well, it's dead. I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to flip over now and just ready up. So needs to heal a little bit. So 1, encounter card, acrobatic move. It should be okay. Scheme's on 0. I've kept the scheme down all game. That's why I like her, because she can handle. I mean, I've had a lot of minions out. He's on 7 health, but I had a lot of minions to deal with, so I've done a lot of damage, but the scheme's still on 0, so it's pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Wiccan can be handy, and Ironheart, that's great. Extra allies, that's going to be what I need. So, 1 on here, he schemes for 2. That's 3, and so that's 4, he schemes 4. That's a bit high for my liking. And counter card, another one of the minions. There's so many minions. Another one, Alter Ego, he heals 4 damage. Great. Back up to 11, and more minions to handle. So, look at the top card of your deck, attack or thought. It's your hand, it's not. I'm going to have to recover with her. 5, 6, 7. Flip her over. I'm going to play. I need to get rid of this scheme, so we're going to. Acrobatic move. Damage to an enemy. To get rid of this. Triggers ability. Unfet from a scheme. Rocket attacks with overkill. So down to 10. I'm also going to play. I need to play these 2 to play for Ironheart to draw a card. And I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to play Wiccan next, actually. And Ironheart can and Groot can thwart just to keep it down nice and low. It's a long game, this is. Claw's keeping me entertained, I'll tell you that. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, the scheme's gone right down now. I can play Wiccan next turn. Easy. She can handle the schemes so well. She's really good at handling schemes. So that's up to 3 now. So now I need to attack. Also, Groot can defend. 1. Ooh, that's 4 in total. 5, 6. Oh, Groot's dead. No. Encounter card, last one. Villain attacks me. Right, so let's just do this first or I forget. So, it's a bit tricky now. So, I'm going to get Ironheart to defend. So, 1, 2, 3. Just 3. Ironheart's gone. My turn now. Right, let's fight back. Okay, so we're going to play 1, 2 for Wiccan. We're going to exhaust this for multitasking. 2 threat from a scheme. Doesn't triggers her ability. 1 damage to an enemy. Down to 9. Saved all resources. Save Rocket Raccoon. I'm going to get Wiccan to thwart. Let's card the deck. 2 damage for each icon. 2 damage. That's 1, 2. She can attack. Down to 5. Ready up, ready up. Scheme's back on 0. 2, 3, 4, 5. Quake, clear the area. 4 momentum. Okay, so I've got a lot of threat removal in my hand right now. So, please get a side scheme out. Please get me a side scheme. I'll be happy with a side scheme. I'm gonna get Rocket to defend, just in case. Oh god, yeah, that was good. That was lucky. Rocket's gone. Attach to Claw, retaliate 1. That's really irritating. Okay, so let's get Wiccan to thwart for now. He can thwart. Let's got a top card of the deck. Nothing on there, but it is a Mortal Claw, so that's something, I suppose. 2 resources for Quake. We'll play Exhaust this for clear the area. Reflect from a scheme and draw a card. Trigger her ability. 4. Mockingbird, can't quite play yet. We're going to get Quake to. Quake attack, so it's going to die. Can't quite move that from there. Gamora can attack down to 2. Retaliate. You know what? Quake attack to kill yourself to get him down to stage 3. Toughness. Oh joy. 22 health now. Come on. Last stage. Let's go. So I don't think I need that. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Deathly Mockingbird for a stun. Helps out his turn. So 1, 2 on there. He attacks. Wiccan can defend just in case. So 2. Engaged. 3, 4. It's getting a little bit stronger. Weapons runner attacks, that is fine, down to 5. Villain attacks me, great, defend, so 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 2 is 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is getting a bit scary. Okay, I'm going to play 2 and 1 to play Mockingbird to stun him. I'm going to play Momentum, remove 3 effect from a scheme, which will trigger the ability to deal 1 damage, get that tough status card. Active move, 2 damage to an enemy to get rid of this. I'll stay in hero form for now while he's stunned, then I'm going to have to change back to alter ego. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, we can definitely play dropkick. Another stun for us, we can stun again, that's good. That's always good to stun twice. Stunning in solo is your greatest friend. Buys you some time. Flame Soldier, hey! Okay, so... Oh, going to trigger Retaliate, isn't it? It's going to trigger Retaliate. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Dropkick. I'll do Retaliate now before I forget. So that's 4 damage to an enemy. 1 threat from a scheme is removed. I draw a card. Another dropkick. Andy is stunned. We'll play Nebula with dropkick and Assassin's Blow to get an attack or thought event from our deck into our hand. We'll get our multi-touch, the rest at 0 cost 1. That'll do. Place at the pace. Move 1 from there. 1 damage to an enemy, 1 damage to Klaw. Oh, Retaliate cards really annoy me. I'll save this in case I need it. So I can't quite attack with Gamora. I'll attack the Hydra Flame Soldier though. Actually, no, I'll leave it. I'll flip her over, and heal. 2, 3, 4. Mockingbird can attack. I know he's got Retaliate, but I want to get his health down nice and low. To 6. Gamora attack and kills herself because of Retaliate. Annoying card. Ready up, ready up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Assassin's Blow, Clobber, clearly a drop kick. We could drop kick again after this turn for a second stun, which is always good to have. So this is probably going to advance the scheme now. So 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that scheme's advanced. No. Scar card still gets a minion. Again. 1. Come on. Where's the minion? Where are you? There we are. Quick strike, not in hero mode, and a counter card. That's harsh. That is not good. Okay, so look at top card deck. Attack or thought. It is not. Have a recover. 5, 6, 7. Flip her over. Exhaust this. Oh, I can't quite do that. Exhaust this. No. Mockingbird attack. Get a tough status card. Exhaust these 2 for Clobber. That's dead. Bring that back. It's the first card I played this turn. The stun card should be gone, sorry. Oh, he didn't attack, did he? That's why. Okay. Okay, this was silly here. I'm going to play set the pace. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do a thing. But I can do 1 damage to an enemy. So I'm going to do that. This lets me also then play these 2 for Decisive Blow to deal 7 damage because I played a thought event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 6. Nice and low. Going to save drop kick next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got cross counter there. Clobber. We can play Clobber twice for 3 damage. If we can just survive this turn, we can play Clobber twice next turn. And we should have this in the bag. So let's see how this goes. So, first things first. 2 on there. Stunned is gone. Let's take all the damage. So, 1 from this. Oh, so that's up. 1 from this. I'll defend that one. Actually, no, I won't. can I play quick strike? Cross counter, sorry. I've got 2 resources down there. Yeah, I'm going to play cross counter. Prevent 3 damage from an enemy, then deal 1 damage to an enemy. So I'm going to deal 1 to Klaw, 1 threat from a scheme, triggers her ability. 1 to Klaw, 1 threat from a scheme. And then a counter card is Trooper with quick strike. Oh, that was lucky. I'll take that, down to 2. And I should have this in the bag. Even so, I've got Gamora open. Resources, Clobby, 3 damage. Sorry. Play down 3 for Clobby. That's down to 1. It's back into my hand. Down to 1. Trigger these again, Clobber again, and 0. And if I want to, I could just attack with Gamora and finish him off. And that's it for this playthrough. Whew, that was hard. Hydra Assault is a lot of minions of Klaw, but you just see how great her deck is at handling the scheme. I mean, how many minions did I kill in that game? There's so many minions I killed. With her cheap events and abilities, you can be aggressive without having to worry about the scheme. You can basically just keep attacking with your cheap event cards and ignore the scheme completely. I mean, they get quite low there. I mean, Retaliate didn't really help. But that was it for this gameplay video. And I really, really love Gamora. Out of the Guardians so far, she is my favourite. So look forward to Star-Lord coming soon. I'm going to make a deck for Star-Lord. I find him quite tricky to use, but he is really fun though. I'll give you that, he is fun. But Gamora though, damn, she is good. She is really good. So that, as always, in the comments, let me know what you think. Any questions or comments on this gameplay or this deck. Leave a like and subscribe if you can, and thanks for watching.